content. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right to it.
Damn good at Warzone, so when he was taken out by a
This my girl in the back said, "Hey, Carol."
Something felt kind of off.
She said, "Fuck it, I sound like y'all." So don't worry. We don't talk to the chat like that.
He was live on Facebook. For a little too felt kind of off. He was spectating a guy known as Mr. Slazy, but it felt like his skills were a little too impressive, and that's when they realized he was live on Facebook.
He's streaming. He's actually streaming.
He is live. And he's cheating, bro! Oh my, this is what he's like. This is what we're going up in every round. Bro, he's not even trying to hide it, he's live, and he's got his name in his...
Turns out this guy spent weeks cheating live, but when he finally got the thousands of viewers he so desperately wanted, even the hacks couldn't stop the humiliation.
Oh my, and he still loses! He still loses! How?
While he was showing everyone how to cheat, one YouTuber tricked their entire audience for years. Shmooey was a Guitar Hero player that people genuinely labeled as the best in the world. This was barely an opinion, it was just accepted that this guy had unrivaled talent. But there's only so many world records you can hold before things turn suspicious. When Shmooey decided to take on 9 patterns of eternal pain, it looked borderline impossible to pull off. Somehow this didn't faze him. I mean, was he really that good? But that's when fans began to notice something weird. Despite all of this happening live, Windows Media Player showed up out of nowhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty weird, but then viewers slowed down the video and realized his fingers weren't matching the gameplay. Okay, so maybe he just pre-recorded the insane run and then pretended to do it live on the first try. Well, what if I told you he didn't actually beat the song at all? The reason Shmooey was so good? Well, he used hacks to slow things down, beat songs super easily, and then speed them back up inside of the recording. This led fans down a massive rabbit hole as they scrambled to check all his other videos. Surely he wasn't cheating this whole time, right? Yeah, bad news. This pattern was found across nearly all of his content, around 100 fake videos total. Now, he did make an apology for this, but eventually deleted all his videos, privated socials, and has since disappeared from the Guitar Hero community.
Listen, bro, you should have kept your videos up. Bro, you should have kept your videos up, because at the end of the day, you still getting paid, bro. Like, if that's how you got to get into the game, bro, like, the hardest thing is getting into the game. But once you get into the game, bro, all you got to do is learn from your mistakes. All right, not everybody going to be perfect, bro. You ain't coming to the game perfectly. That's cool, bro. But learn from your mistakes and do better, folks. Ain't no reason you should be deleting your socials, bro. You making bread off this shit. You getting known and shit.
And he's not the only cheater to be exposed. A pro player named GMZ was playing Rainbow Six when he noticed an enemy acting super weird. The suspicious player was apparently wall hacking, and when GMZ confronted him, they got into a little argument. So clearly this guy is now super cocky and even tells GMZ to come check his stream out. The enemy confidently hands over his Twitch username to prove his innocence, except this guy has no idea he's literally broadcasting hacks.
Ah! Got him!
What? Now, he was blatantly cheating, but some hackers are a lot harder to spot, like the Austin US. This guy had a ridiculously impressive KD on Call of Duty, and at one point it was 4.8, which is kind of insane. This was just the start of his journey, as Austin began to stream his gameplay, trying to get more attention for his skills. I mean, fair enough. If you're that good at the game, why not show it off? Except, this is... when viewers began to pick up on something odd. Austin somehow knew exactly where enemies were coming from. It's not the internet. YouTubers like It's Hoppa and Cotton4K called out Austin for wall hacking, as the clips of the stream were just too good to be true. So in response, Austin quickly deleted all of his recordings from Twitch, but not before someone found a bombshell. In one of his very first streams, we could actually see him on a cheat's website as he logged into his account and viewed the order history. My man literally got caught in 4K. It's moments like this that make you wonder, why do people even cheat? Especially if you're already good at your job like Mecharazia. Now, this streamer was already a popular speedrunner, yet he decided to throw all of that away when he got an invite to the biggest speedrunning charity event, Games Done Quick. Everything was going smoothly until the donations hit a milestone. Now he had to play the Metal Gear DLC. The current record was beating the whole thing in 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Pretty fast, so the last thing viewers expected was for Mecharazium to pull off this insane time.
Looks like a 6:55.
Holy avoid there. Yes, but hey, can we like not use the world record stuff, alright? Because like you see, it's very misleading, and it assumes that the video that I've done here is the fastest time.
Yeah, probably the strangest reaction to beating a world record I've ever seen, and the chat was equally as confused. Something was really off about this, and viewers couldn't figure out why, so they went back and analyzed the speedrun. Just 1 minute into the DLC, and Mecharazium does something weird.
It's actually pretty hard to get past this grab because he has an eyes on his like.
Now, it may seem like nothing important happened here, but it was the most revealing part of all. He scratched the back of his head while turning the camera. How could he be lifting his right arm while also moving the mouse? Yeah, this was pretty much impossible, and it's not like you could argue the camera was flipped. I mean, his t-shirt had the logo on it. So, you're probably wondering what his explanation was for this.
Obviously, moving the mouse with my left hand was a different experience.
Now, that is a good excuse, right? Well, a couple months passed, and I guess he was starting to feel super guilty because he messaged the organizers behind the event exposing everything. Hey, the Blade Wolf DLC run people paid for is a pre-recorded segment. I've done an actual bad thing, and I shouldn't have done this on the event. I'm sorry for doing the thing I've done. Truly. Basically, he pre-recorded the entire run, perfectly splicing together the best moments of each game. His admission was a huge scandal, causing GDQ to remove any mention of his name from their channel and ban him from all future events. A lesser known game though is Krunker. You might have played this back when it was on Steam, but it was originally a browser game, so it was super easy to hack. Now most players get away with it, except for PYPY. He was out there streaming on Twitch without a care in the world, showing everyone just how easy it was.
Little Popeye. Little Popeye. Little Popeye.
As to cheat, other players quickly picked up on this and exposed him on Reddit, where it got the attention of the last people he wanted, the developers. They wanted to embarrass him, but in a harmless way, because at the end of the day, he's just a kid. His punishment obviously included the ban, but for anyone who went to his profile, they'd see the word hacker in blood red. Yeah, I think that was enough to make him learn his lesson, because he quickly deleted his Twitch afterwards. But one of the craziest punishments of all time happened live in the middle of a huge CSGO tournament. During a match between Hellraisers and Team Property, one of the players, Emilio, suddenly vanished, shocking the commentators.
Did Emilio just get backbanned?
What?
What?
We'll assume that that's like some sort of error for now until we get any other confirmation that is really
Turns out he was actually hacking during the tournament, causing his team to be suspended and the organizers to ban him from all future events. Not only that, but because this was a back ban, it means Emilio's not allowed to qualify for a Valve-related event ever again. Although, that didn't stop him from trying. Years later, CSGO rebranded itself as Counter-Strike 2, and in early 2024, they hosted qualifiers to be a part of the very first tournament. And somehow, Emilio got into the match.
Okay, let's focus, everyone. PGL Major Qualifier 3, we are live. QE, take a deep breath, and let's roll.
Now, he was pretty excited to redeem himself. The original ban was over a decade ago, and Emilio just wanted to get back into the scene with a fresh start. Except, of course, players began to notice something suspicious.
Wow.
Did you catch that? Yeah. Let me show those eliminations in slow motion, and now pay attention to the hand. The gun flicks before he even moves the mouse, but I have to admit, this one could have easily been webcam delay. While it was never confirmed that Emilio returned to cheating, one thing's for sure, he wasn't meant to be at the tournament. And it wasn't too long before Valve caught wind of this.
Defuse. Hey, I crashed. Why?
The lesson here, VAC bans absolutely suck, and don't cheat in your favorite games unless you want to ruin them for the rest of your life. Or maybe you're just trying to impress your favorite streamer. When Jinxie was checking out one of his viewers' Rainbow Six highlights, one of them stood out amongst the rest.
Wait, this guy has a dot in his name. What's going on? What's going on? Wait, this guy has a...
His Rainbow Six highlights, one of them stood out amongst the rest.
Wait, this guy... has a dot in his name. What's going on?
Wait, what the? Wait, no, that guy's actually hacking on Xbox.
Hackers are on Xbox. No.
Now, earlier I mentioned the event get games done quick, but back in 2011 they were just starting out when they invited a special guest onto the stream. Some would say Cody Miller was a speedrunning legend, having beat Halo 2 on Legendary mode without dying in only 3 hours and 17 minutes. And let me tell you, back in 2005 this was a ridiculous accomplishment and enough to get him the official Guinness World Record. This dude became pretty famous in Halo speedrunning, but now we're back to 2011 where Cody's invited to show off his skills live. Except for some strange reason, he says he's not going to use any of the speedrunning tricks.
Well, I'm not going to use the coolant trick because, I just want to play really.
Well, fair enough. Never mind. So you're talking to the wrong guy.
Despite being the guy who completed Halo 2 without a single death, Cody dies twice off the bat, and others start to look a little concerned. Only 26 minutes into the playthrough, and he begins to panic and get lost, realizing that Legendary difficulty is a little too hard for him.
Yeah, most people would rather be able to show off and have the bullet safe all the time to survive.
That was the plan.
This run was estimated to be around 2 hours, but it takes Cody over double that just to finish the game.
How long have you been doing this? Just keep the time. I think it's okay for not having practice.
Yeah, this is quickly becoming the worst speedrun of all time, especially when Cody decides to lower the difficulty even more.
Yeah. Hey, this one you going out sad, bro. You going out sad. So basically, you cheated to get the Guinness World Record. You cheated to get a world record, and then you went to play Laugh. Buddy next to you seemed like he a fan. He seemed like he a big fan, and he getting his heart broke right now, bro. You breaking Buddy heart right there, and he left. Buddy left. Like you broke his heart, man. He was a fan, and you broke his heart, shorty.
Honestly, at this point, I kind of feel bad for him, and even Cody can tell they're silently judging him.
Yeah, well, I can do something. No, I feel that you on video. It's okay to be fun. Like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, they gonna bake his ass as soon as
What's
he
that,
leaves.
like 4.5 hours? No problem,
If you couldn't tell by now, Cody was a total fraud, with him being exposed for doctoring past speedruns by splicing clips together. In all likelihood, his 2005 record was probably fake, but I guess the real question is, why would you ever go to a live event to prove skills you don't have? And
That's
he's
what
not
I'm
the only
saying.
one way out of their depth. Quinn was a promising Fortnite player from Australia that won massive tournaments like FNCS. Now this would be the last person I expected to cheat, and yet in the middle of a tournament his screen went black out of nowhere.
What? Who logged in? Who logged into my account? Wait, what? I just got logged out of my account. Hold on. I think I got it.
Spoiler alert, he wasn't logged out. He was literally banned from Fortnite. Quinn immediately uploaded a video where he was confident it was a mistake by Epic.
I'm 99.9% sure I'll be unbanned. Obviously, because I never actually did anything wrong.
Well, he probably should have come clean because rumors started circulating that he was using aim hacks all along. And this is when fans began to dig up old streams where they found something weird on the game hacks all along. And this is when fans began to dig up old streams where they found something weird on the desktop. And probably the dumbest way you could be exposed, Quinn literally had multiple hacking programs right on his computer. And despite claiming he was only testing, Quinn started circulating that he was using aim hacks all along. And this is when fans began to dig up old streams where they found something weird on the desktop. And probably the dumbest way you could be exposed, Quinn literally had multiple hacking programs right on his computer. And despite claiming he was only testing them in 2019, one of them literally said April 2020. Yikes. Still not as bad as the guy who got exposed by a couple of pixels. During a Vanguard competition, Shiv GTK was playing super well, but almost a little too well. Surely he's not hacking though, I mean, you can literally see his screen. But that's when Shiv's caught by a tiny white dot that's almost impossible to see. If you squint and follow in slow motion, it's clearly an enemy coming around the corner. Yeah, this whole time Shiv was wall hacking live using specialized software made specifically for tournaments.
Whoa.
This whole time Shiv was but in the
March 3rd, 2023.
Oh, hold on, my computer just tweaked.
And that's when they realized he was live. This would be the last person I expected to cheat, and yet in the middle of a tournament, his screen went black out of nowhere.
What? Who logged in? Who logged into my account?
Alright, so he was hacking, yeah. Alright, this one I want to
Who
understand.
got exposed by a couple of pixels. During a Vanguard competition, Shiv GTK was playing super well, but almost a little too well. Surely he's not hacking though? I mean, you can literally see his screen. But that's when Shiv's caught by a tiny white dot that's almost impossible to see. If you squint and follow in slow motion, it's clearly an enemy coming around the corner. Yeah, this whole time Shiv was wall hacking live using specialized software made specifically for tournaments. He was quickly exposed, but in the strangest turn of events, he tries to take down every other streamer with him. Yeah, I'm not joking. Shiv dropped a list of every pro player who's supposedly using the same software. This man picked the nuclear option. And here's a trick for all you wannabe hackers. Do not...
That mean a lot of y'all favorite, you feel me, streamers and what's them things, speedrunners, they be hacking for, like, they be cheating, they be just doing it for y'all for,
face
like,
your webcam towards your hands.
That's
So
crazy.
and here's a trick for all you wannabe hackers. Do not face your webcam towards your hands. So Lista was a small streamer who was top 300 in the world in Valorant, but it quickly became obvious why he was so good. Viewers noticed he was shooting enemies, but without even clicking the mouse. And the absolute best part, so Lista had a hilarious explanation for this. Apparently he shoots with the space bar. Now this became such a meme that he made it his Twitter bio, but sadly this story wasn't enough to convince the devs.
kick them out.
What? Really, dude?
There were so many ways he could prove he wasn't cheating. I mean, that's what Young did. Viewers were adamant that this guy was hacking, but he had a simple solution by revealing his task manager. This displays every single app that's open, and as you can see, there are clearly no cheats. Okay, everything's good here, nothing to see, but wait a second, what is that? Turns out opening the task manager exposed everything. Fans can now see a second display in the corner, with this version having wall hacks. Ouch.
Yeah.
Fans can now see a second display. Turns out opening the task manager, nothing app that's open, and as you can see, there are clearly no cheats. Okay, everything's good here, nothing to see, but wait a second, what is that? Turns out opening the task manager exposed everything. Fans can now see a second display in the corner, with this version having wall hacks. Ouch.
Yeah.
And I just love when cheaters get humiliated, like when a G Fuel employee was exposed in Rust. Kursk was always pretty terrible at the game, but when he returned a few months later, he was suddenly cracked out of his mind. Now this wasn't just suspicious, it was blatant and other players started reporting him constantly. He refused to admit he was hacking before the devs finally learned the truth. Kursk was banned from Rust and he even released a public apology. But the viewers were not forgiving, saying that he didn't even try to make it look legit and he needs to lay off the G Fuel. And by far one of the most ridiculous hackers out there is Mr. Pixel. This guy was a French streamer who came under fire back in 2020 when his alt account got discovered by fans. Viewers realized he was rocking at 25 KD, which is basically impossible unless you're a cheater. Now, of course, he denied the allegations, but didn't realize how badly he was about to get humiliated. While queuing into a match, one viewer asked him to press insert on his keyboard.
Ah, insert! Le bouton insert!
Yeah, he tried to cover this up, explaining how it was a glitch, but come on, buddy, we're not blind. The backlash caused Mr. Pixel to change his identity just...
Hold on. Aimbot. Damn. Aimbot is crazy. Aimbot, triggerbot, radar. Yeah. It says aim bone, head first, auto fire off. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah,
Come on, buddy, we're not blind. The backlash caused Mr. Pixel to change his identity just because his fans were so angry. And those were gamers caught cheating in video games. It's been Sammy. Keep it here on T5G.